using generative AI to search for pieces of data, to analyze pieces of data in your company. You're doing it with some degree of frequency. When we see that pattern emerge, why wouldn't we automate that for you? It makes no sense that I'm requiring somebody else to go and discover that themselves. Why would I ever expect anybody to be able to do that? Or then to go and piece all those systems together? We've already pieced the systems together. We can already see what you're looking for. We already know what inefficiencies exist. We can infer that because it's not that difficult. What you see when you have that observability data is a pattern emerging of requests and outcomes, and whether those outcomes were valuable based on the pattern of follow-up requests, the frequency of ask for that particular thing. And you're able to then go and solve for that particular pattern. I can see that Steve, every time before a sales call, goes in and requests research data on the customer he's using. When I'm connected to his downstream CRM, looks for data from his CRM. He looks for data from his historical call logs with this. He looks across videos that he's done with his customer. He looks across call transcripts, and he looks across a variety of different sources to understand what is this customer meeting with, what's the right next step, make sure that I'm prepped and ready for that call. Well, if I'm always engaging generative AI to go and look for that, if I'm doing that every day for 15 minutes before a call with a customer, shouldn't my AI be smart enough to understand A, that it's connected to my calendar, B, that it's connected to my CRM, C, that it's connected to any other downstream data sources, and D, the pattern of behavior that would suggest I'm asking for things with a reasonable degree of frequency around those systems to tell me what I'm supposed to do with a particular customer every day, 15 minutes before a call with a customer. It should, presumably. That's not that hard of a pattern to detect, but it is if you don't have access to A, the observability data to note that the pattern exists in the first place, B, the downstream connected resources to that, and then C, the platform through which you can actually deliver that. Now, if I can tune in automation to that outcome, Liminal would recognize the pattern of behavior that exists, and that I always am requesting this research data 15 minutes before a call. I can see that because it's connected to my calendar, and it would auto-assemble an agent that says, hey, Steve, we've noticed that you are looking for sales research 15 minutes before every sales call. Would you like us to deliver this to you every call before the call, a series of, whatever documentation or elements that would help you get ready? Well, totally. Yeah, of course I would like that. So now I get to rely on the system to go and automate that small part of my day, which might be 15 minutes. But if I do that times 8, all of a sudden now we saved 2 hours that day across 5 days, that's 10 hours saved a week. Small, but required for me to be able to get more time off my plate.